guys, it's Sky bringing another video. I talked about it a little bit in my last video, kind of at the end of it, kind of about my struggles in my life and kind of why I transitioned so late. And, I want to kind of continue on that and talk about something that's really important to me as a person. I lost my best friend when I was 17 to cancer. Most people think that I'm probably talking about somebody my age. I'm actually talking about my grandmother. She was in her 50s when she passed away from cancer. And it was one of the hardest things that, I've ever had to go through because my grandma, like, she meant the world to me. She, um, she is just somebody that can never be replaced. She she was like the only one that's ever believed in me in my life. You know, I talked about a lot through my struggles when I was a kid, and the things I've been through. I've never really gotten into details, but I struggled as a kid. You know, never thought I was anything. I never thought I was special. I never thought I was important. You know, I I I thought I was worthless. I'm a religious person, and you know, fighting that was really hard. Because I felt like I was just a disappointment, and I don't think anybody should ever feel like that. And what hurt me more is I knew I had a good heart. I knew I was a good person. I stuck up for people. If I saw somebody getting bullied, I'd protect them. Like, I was always a good person, but I'd always have so much hate and anger towards me. Like, I hated who I was. I hated myself. Back then, as a kid, there wasn't that much awareness when it comes to people that are transgender. I thought, you know, the way I thought is I was a freak. I thought I was alone. I didn't think there was other people out there like me, and if I did, then I thought we were all like these outcasts. I remember telling my grandmother at 5 years old that what I was. I told her I liked to be just like a girl, and I felt like one. And she didn't laugh at me. She didn't criticize me. You know, she made light of the situation. She said, "Well, you know, I wanted to." But when she said she was a kid, she's like, "I want to be an ice cream salesman or something like that." And I was like laughing. I was like, that was my grandmother. She she was my world. I love everybody else in my life, but I had a special connection with her. I was around 15, 16 years old when I found out she had cancer. I remember because I was in Colorado with my brother, and we got a phone call, and you know, I remember finding out about it, and I was heartbroken. Uh, she was everything to me. She was the one person that made me feel like I was special. And like I said earlier, she like really did believe in me. She was the one person that saw through me and seen how amazing of a person I could be one day. And and so the fact that she's not here with me today and to see who I am, that makes it even harder. You know, I loved her. I loved her more than anything in this world ever. And I I remember seeing her for the first time I came back to California because I went to go visit my brother in the summers there. And I remember coming back to California and seeing her without any hair, and I just felt so bad. I wanted to take her pain away for her. That's how I've always been. And just I didn't like seeing her like that because she was always so full of life, and she was such a positive person, and she made me believe in myself. Um, we actually had some good news though. Um, I don't remember the time frame, but we got. They said that she started her cancer treat or her chemo treatment, and everything looked good. Like they actually said it was gone. I was so happy because I was like, yes, like I'm so happy about that. And another cool thing, for those that know me, close to me, knows my brother used to play professional soccer, and when he was playing for Colorado Rapids, he actually wore a shirt underneath, and he played a game against the Tampa Bay Mutiny back in the day, and he scored the game-winning goal, and he lifted up his shirt and it said, like, I love you, grandmother. I hope you get well. And my grandma was actually watching that game, and that was ended up being the winning goal. So it was like, it was just one of those uplifting things, those moments that that you that are rare and you get. Like it's just so fitting how it worked out, how she was there watching, how she's seen it all take place, and it was nice. I remember it was my senior year. It was it was during the 2000 Olympics. A reason I remember is because my brother was in the Olympics, and that later on in that year, my senior year in high school, we got a call and found out that my grandma had maybe a week to live. That it came back and it spread, and I was heartbroken. I when you get told that the person that's everything to you is gonna be gone soon, it destroys you. And in the way she did it, she was at the Kaiser Hospital in over here in Riverside, and I I remember she was making times for everyone to come visit her, like at certain times. Each person got like time she wanted them to come see them by themselves, by herself with him, and talk to them. And I went down there, and I was a mess. But I felt selfish because she was in so much pain. Like the things I heard that she went through to fight the cancer, it's grueling. And I did feel selfish because I wanted to keep my grandmother, but she was exhausted. She was beat up. You know, I wish I was a little bit stronger for her, but I wasn't the person I am today, so I wasn't able to I know I was able to say bye to her, but you know, there was so much more I wanted to say. Even now there's so much more I want to say and show her, and I wish she could see the person I am today, because I think she's the one person in this world that had been really proud of me. So I think it was on a Thursday, and they allowed her to go back to the house, to pass away at home. And Saturday night into Sunday, I believe, she was having a hard time at night, and she ended up passing away in the morning. And we received a phone call, and I was I was broken. I I lost the most amazing person, the most unselfish person that I've ever met in this world. And she was gone. Uh, and I remember being asked, "Do you want to come see her before they take her away?" And I've never been the type of person who really want to be around death or anything like that. So I wasn't sure, but I loved her. Like she was so special to me, and I wanted to see her one more time. So I ended up driving down to her house, and every all my family was there, and everybody was emotional. And I just remember walking back to her room and seeing her laying on the bed. And I've never been around a dead body. Even to this day, that was the first time I've ever been around one. And I went up to her and I gave her a kiss on the forehead. And I'm glad I did that. Would I do that with somebody else? Probably not. I don't know. But I miss her. I miss the little things she did. I miss the compassion she showed me. I miss the love that she always gave me. It was equal to everyone else. It wasn't in favor of somebody else. So, I just always felt special to her. And it hurts me that I've gotten to where I am today, because I really wish I could tell her how much she helped mold me into the person I am today. Because the person that I am today, the compassion, the love that I show people, the wanting to help, the reason I make these videos, she's one of those people that molded me into that person to reach out and show people, because she's the one that built up my self-esteem and strength to be who I am today. And I really wish I could show her, that. I remember going to her funeral, and before the funeral, they asked, do you, I was only what, like 16, 17 at the time, so I was young. I was still insecure with myself, and I wasn't really good at speaking in public or anything like that. And they asked me, do you want to say anything? And I said yes, because I knew how special she was to me. I didn't care about looking stupid in front of people. So at the funeral, before the funeral though, there was a scripture in the Bible that I was supposed to read. So this is the scripture in the Bible that I read to, at my grandmother's funeral. And I remember studying this, so bear with me. Therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweigh them all. Corinthians 4:16, 17. And I I don't know, I've never been so perfect at something. Like it was just perfect. I remember, even my family was all shocked. They're like, everybody was clapping, and I felt good because back then I wasn't good at speaking. Like when we have presentations in class, I wouldn't even show up because I was so uncomfortable with myself talking. So the fact I was able to do that really meant a lot to me because it showed myself that how much I loved her and I wanted to make it perfect. So I just in the day of her funeral and everything and burying her, it was a sad day. I was happy that she was no longer in pain, but I missed her. I was lost without her. And like I said in my last video, that's kind of what delayed my whole, because I felt after I lost her, I lost probably the only support system I had, because I felt like I was going to be alone and not have her. She was always so supportive to whatever I wanted to do. She believed in me. So it really made me go spiraling into depression. And I remember that after that day, like my depression even got worse. Like my happiness was fading away because I thought I was going to have more time with her. I wanted to share my life with her. I wanted to make her proud. And the fact that I wasn't able to give her the chance of, showing what she helped mold and create, really hurts me. And, I love her. You know, for anybody out there that has family members with cancer or friends, I really wanted to share this video because I have friends that in the last month or so, I have a few friends. I have one that his friend from school, I think she's dying from cancer, and I found out my friend's mom from stream has cancer, and it makes me sad because I remember these experiences, and it's scary, it's sad because you know you don't want to see anybody have to go through that. And anytime I see kids, teenagers, adults, it doesn't matter. Obviously when they're younger, it's even harder because they're kids. And you don't want to see them go through pain. But I feel for everyone that's ever had to deal with it. Something else I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to say this. You know, most of the time I don't get emotional in my videos, but a lot of you guys don't know that I'm actually a really caring person. And I always try to be there for everyone. And the people that know about sports probably know about Jimmy Valvano, and he was the coach of NC State. He made a speech at the ESPN Awards, and I won't ever forget it. I know Stuart Scott, had a really good speech a couple years ago too before he passed away from cancer. So Jimmy V says, he said, just got one last thing to say. I urge you all, or I urge all of you, to enjoy your life, the precious moments you have, to spend each day with some laughter and some thought, to get your emotions going, to be enthusiastic every day. Nothing great could be accomplished without enthusiasm. To keep your dreams alive in spite of problems whenever you have. The ability to be able to work hard for your dreams to come true, to become a reality. Alright, the one last thing I did want to say that he said, I was trying to find the scripture, so I apologize, you guys. I, I, when I heard this, like, it's one of those things that just gives you goosebumps because this is how people can treat each other. Like, if something like this can inspire one, then it can inspire millions to do good, to do positive. But he said, I know, I gotta go. And I got one last thing to say. And I said it before, and I want to say it again. Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind. It cannot touch my heart. And it cannot touch my soul. And those are the three things And those three things are going to carry on forever. I apologize, guys, that I was so emotional during this video. But, the one thing I preach on my channel, and isn't it, my channel is not just about being different and being transgender. It's about more than that. It's about each other. It's about sharing your life with others and being positive. In the society nowadays, it's so negative. There's so many of us divided between each other, and we're segregating ourselves in a sense that we're not strong as one anymore. We're so divided. I just makes me sad. I don't like seeing anybody judged for who they are, whether it's race, religion, sexual preference, gender, anything. It doesn't matter. Culture, none of that matters. What matters is being a good person and wanting to do good for the world. And and it hurts me seeing people struggle. I don't have the best life, but I try to do the most I can with what I got. I try to be a positive influence upon people. Am I special? No, I'm not special. I'm a single individual. But if I can reach out and more people can reach out, that's what makes us strong. That's what makes us have a voice. I just, it would just wished one day that we all could just come together. I'm not trying to be all like sensitive about this, but it's true. Like, I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see anybody have a crappy life or problems. I want everyone to have a chance at something good in this world. Because the only thing that matters at the end of the day is your heart and how you treat people. I say that all the time. Nothing else matters. When we die, at the end of our lives, when we pass away, and our bodies fade away, we all look the same. Nobody's different than the other. We're all made of the same. We might have different tendencies and different things that we all enjoy and do, but we all have hearts, and we all want just to be loved and appreciated. So please, I urge everyone, whether you take anything away from this video or, want to be positive, it's your choice. I don't judge people, and I never will, because we're all different. We all see things differently in our lives. No matter what, appreciate the time with your family, because, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Alright, guys, I know I made this video long, but, honestly, I didn't even think I was going to get that emotional, but a lot of times when I talk about my grandmother and cancer, it makes me really sad, because I see a lot of people struggling with it, and it hurts. I see these, I love sports. Most of you guys know that, and I love watching these Make-A-Wish, when these athletes go visit kids. A lot of them have cancer, and it's so cool to see them happy. I feel so terrible that they're struggling. That would be a pretty special thing to do one day, is to be able to help and bring happiness to them. I wish I could do that. I wish I had influence enough to do that. Like, I wish I had the finances to be able to, do things for them. Anyways, guys, if you guys like the video, please leave a like. It helps me out. If you guys want to see more about my life, subscribe. And I love you guys. I hope you guys have a safe week, and I will see you guys on the next video.